I'm wondering, how can I promote sleep at night, in the middle of the night when I wake up, so that I can promote being awake and alert during the day? Who just missed the last 30 minutes because I actually went and took a nap.
Well, you can't get there from there.
Okay.
Think about what we're talking about here. So what I don't want is to not be alert during the day. So I will motivate myself to find a way to fix that problem. You introduced wobble into the conversation right away. Instead of just talking about being alert, you talked about what you need to do in order to make it possible to be alert. So you introduced something that you can't control, which is getting a good night's sleep, because you don't feel like you're controlling that now. Yeah. So how can I control getting a good night's sleep so that I can be... So can you see how she's introduced wobble to the conversation? Step back from the wobble and see if you can find a way to address this that doesn't wobble so much.
Okay. I know that...
Trying too hard.
Okay. It's possible to get a good night's sleep.
Still trying too hard.
Okay.
And you introduced wobble to it still. More general than that.
I like to feel good.
That's good. That's good. I like to feel good. Stay there and don't wobble, and just think about feeling good, and now talk from that wobble-free place.
There's so many things that I enjoy.
Yeah, you're starting to wobble a little because you're justifying.
Okay.
I often feel good.
Right. And I want to be able to enjoy more.
That wobbled, didn't it?
Yeah.
Feels good to feel good.
Yes.
I don't need to figure it out. I'll just notice it when it's happening. How I feel is about my vibrational alignment more than anything else. How I feel may not have anything to do with sleep. Now, we know that we are introducing possible wobble to that, but just consider it. I've felt really good on days when I got very little sleep. There are other factors in how I feel than slumber. That wobbles a little less. I like to sleep. I love the feeling of waking up and going back to sleep. Ooh, I love that feeling. That twilight zone. I love that feeling of waking up and rather than getting up, just going back to sleep. Sleep is delicious. Being awake is delicious. I like feeling good. Now, you'd accomplish more with a soft statement like that, and you're more likely to go to sleep feeling like that. Do you ever know that you have a short night and you've got to go to sleep and you can't go to sleep? You're watching the clock. 11, 11, 12, 12. 111, 222, 333, 444.
You were there.
So then you say, it's going to be a very short night's sleep, or it's going to be a nice long nap. I'm going to take a nice long nap. Take a nice long nap. Or if I were really tired, I'd be asleep. So everything I need is happening right now.
Well, the problem is I'm...
There isn't a problem.
Okay, thank you. No. Sometimes I awaken and there's so much. Sometimes it's anxious, but sometimes it's happy, excited, and the thoughts keep coming, and I'm more and more alert, and I'm not enjoying those thoughts, but it means I'm going to be awake for a while.
We think that what this conversation is really about is a flawed premise about sleep. Okay. Because what sleep is, the benefit of sleep is that while you are asleep, the momentum subsides. Your point of attraction stops or really slows. So if you've got a lot of momentum going in your thought, so much so that when you lie down, you can't go to sleep, the question that we would ask is this momentum wobble-free? Am I really so excited about something that the thoughts are just flooding into my mind? Because isn't that what you all want? Isn't that a good opportunity for thoughts to flow? There's no one else around. Everybody else is sleeping someplace else. And here you are, it's just you and receiving of thoughts. Isn't that what you want? In other words, sometimes what you're calling that too active mind might very well be the filling in of the details of what you've been asking for. So the question that you want to ask is, what's my wobble factor in these thoughts that are flowing? If you're anxious, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're frustrated, if you keep turning over, if you keep saying things like, oh God, then there's probably more resistance going on than you really want. But if your mind's just moving, if you just keep thinking of other things, your mind may be filling in. This might be manifestation time, idea manifestation time. So you might want to just lie there and enjoy it. You might want to sit up and write some of it down. You might want to take the next step on it. But we think to assume that an active mind when you're trying to go to sleep is something gone wrong is missing the point.
Okay.
You see. So someone the other day asked the question, how do I get rid of doubt? And we gave a very impertinent, as far as the audience was concerned, answer. We said, you get rid of doubt before it starts. After the momentum has really got going, it's harder to stop the wobble, but it's easier to stop it in the early stages. Mm-hmm. So if you really want to, if sleeping is really your intent, it wouldn't be ours. Our intent would be alignment. And sometimes sleep is a really good part of alignment. Sometimes sleep hinders the receiving of really good ideas. So we would prepay. And as you set your intention, in the same way that we said before, the doubt gets there, that's how you get rid of it. So the way you get a good night's sleep is by setting your intention well before, like even days before. Like, eventually, I'm going to be resting well. And by resting well, I mean I'm going to be going to sleep resistance-free. And by going to sleep resistance-free, it's more about awaking in the morning in an easier vibration than anything else. Say things to yourself like, I always get all of the sleep that is beneficial to me. Sometimes it's 8 hours, sometimes it's 7 hours, sometimes it's 6 hours, sometimes it's 5 hours, sometimes it's 1 hour. Sometimes I don't sleep, sometimes I do sleep. Sometimes I'm wobble-free because I'm asleep. Sometimes I'm wobble-free when I'm awake. Sometimes I'm wobble-free when I go to sleep. Sometimes I wobble when I try to go to sleep. My intention is to not wobble before I go to sleep. This is the end of the day. There's nothing for me to do right now. There's not one thing that I need to tend to right now. This is a time for my body to rest. Isn't this a nice bed that I've managed to bring for myself? This is the perfect environment in which to rest. My body really likes lying here in this circumstances. I'm happy about what I'm doing now. This is the best thing for me to do right now. My body is resting. The cells of my body are regenerating. My mind is at ease. I'm in complete concert with Source. This is a rejuvenation time for me. This is a resetting of my vibrational clock for me. This is a really important part of my day. This is the part of the day that I look forward to. This is the winding down part. This is the readying myself for what's coming next part. I live in such well-being. My physical body is so benefited by this segment of my day. I love my mind. I love its responsiveness. I love how easy it is to focus. I love how I can focus generally or specifically. This is a time for general focus. I love life. I love my bed. I love my pillow. I love this moment. I love my breathing. I love my body. I like my cells. Now don't get too carried away. You don't want to get too revved up in all of this. I like this moment in time. I like the ease that I'm feeling. I like that I've carved this out. I like the space that is here for me. I like our lifestyle. I like that we actually have bedrooms and privacy and seclusion and comfort. I like how much we've put into this important part of our life experience. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but right now it's this nice, quiet, easy time. Just talk to yourself. Affirm what this is about. I affirm that this is the time that I have nothing to do other than to be right here and be the recipient of all good things, cellularly, vibrationally, emotionally, energetically. Feel the generality of those words? Yeah. They're all asleep.
Thank you so much.
Well, think about the lullabies. Think about the lullabies. The lullabies were not rap. They weren't opera. They were quiet and soothing and rhythmic and general.